Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. To the end, they bulletproof. -20, we in Pitfield at K's Kitchen in a Canada Goose. Famous as fuck, but I'm still in the cut when they round up the troops. I'm just a sicko, a real sicko when you get to know me, nigga. I let the diss record drop, you was staying right below me, nigga. We must have played it 100 times, you was going to bed. Why would I put on a vest? I expect you to aim for the head. I could've killed you the first time. You don't have to try and say it louder, nigga. Trust me, heard you the first time. It's nothing personal, I would've done it to anyone. And I blame where I came from, and I blame all my day ones. You know Chubbs like Draymond, you better hope not say none. Them boys, they're a handful. Then I hit them with the high line. Chris Breezy with the dance moves. Mo G with the dance moves. Ad Boy with the dance moves. Jimi Hendrix with the solo. Those are strings that you can't pull. Yeah, and I can really dish it out. Come and get it from the source. But fuck with all the word of mouth. Go to state running practice at my house, nigga. What am I about? You gon' really feel it now. I'm out here looking for revenge.
I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dog. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dog. I ride for my niggas. Damn, life so short. Fuck it, I don't wanna go to court. Fuck it, got a budget for the lawyer though. Fuck it, I'm on the run for the month. I'm in the bucket, paid 200 for it. My little nigga stuck and even got me paranoid. I'm getting money, that's in any nigga category. Double M, I got G's out in California. I ride for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. I slide for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Dawg. I ride for my niggas.
It bothers me when the guards get to acting like the bras. Guess every team doesn't come complete with niggas like ours. That's why I see no need to compete with niggas like y'all. I just ask that when you see me, you speak up, nigga, that's all. Don't be ducking like you never wanted nothing. It's feeling like rap changed. It was a time it was rugged. Back when if a nigga reached, it was for the weapon. Nowadays, niggas reach just to sell they record. Spaghetti bolognese in the polo lounge. Me and my G from DC, that's how I roll around. Might look like, but we heavy though. You think Drake will put some shit like that? You never know. $1 million meetings in the polo lounge. Me and my man Oliver North, that's how I roll around. Shorty wanna tell me secrets about a rap, nigga. I tell that bitch it's more attractive when you hold it down. Kobe about to lose 150 M's. Kobe my nigga, I hate it, had to be him. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget. Bag her like we in Publix and take her ass out in public. Ordered it up filet, told them butterflies, she'll love it. She used to soda and nuggets, she really just tired thugging. I'm just hitting my pinnacle, you and pussy identical. You like the fucking finish line, we can't wait to run into you. But let me get my mind off that young rich motherfucker getting mine off rap with my niggas.
I ride for my niggas.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All our YouTube videos, hit that like button. Y'all come in here, hit the share, subscribe, hit that Cash App, $BJ Matthews, $BJ Matthews for all this great content we drop to you on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Also, if you guys have not already, get your membership badges that are available. We have 3 different options. We You have the pull-up badge, the LA Clipper badge, and the interview badge. You guys get 3 different options that you guys get the chance to be a pull-up badge member for the rest of your life. As you guys see right on the bottom, those are the members that's been acquired on the Pull-up Badge podcast. Is late. Shout out to my homegirl Mercedes for getting her membership badge 2 weeks ago. Old man getting his badge last week, and also Danny Berry Sports Highlights, who got his badge a few days ago as well. But that's enough of that. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. So back with another video. I'm going, ham on all these videos, man. Especially if y'all in the comment section, make sure you guys, let me know that y'all in here. This is a pre-recorded. This is not an actual live, man. I know I've been doing a lot of these pre-recorded. Been so, busy, so I'm only making time to really do it. All these videos at once, and just post them later on. But as you guys know, I've been doing Hell Week against the Dallas Mavericks, and basically exposing all the little, myths and all the stuff they want to, point at everybody else but the Mavericks. I made a video that dropped this morning about Luka Doncic. If you guys did not see that one, man, make sure y'all go check that out. Speaking upon Luka Doncic, everybody talks tough when they up. All right. And if you guys do not know what that means, y'all go back and listen to that video that I made this morning. Very entertaining. A lot of information, people probably didn't know, but I make sure that, bring the best that I can, with the content, y'all. So make sure y'all go check that video out. But let's go and get into this one, man. Let's talk about the team that actually, won and got a championship and that was, victorious. Let's talk a little bit more about the team that has been having success year in and year out, and their best player, Jayson Tatum, right? Now, as y'all know, the Celtics, this is their first championship in the Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown era. This is their first championship they've won. They've been to numerous amount of conference finals. They've been to 2 NBA finals, and they've been one of the teams in the East outside of Miami who's been the most successful. Now at this championship, you can say they have the most success in the Eastern Conference in the last about 6 years. This is a team that's been in the conference finals at least 5 of the last 6 seasons, and been to the NBA finals representing the East the last 2 of the last 6 seasons as well. So I don't know if people understand how rare that is. That doesn't happen. One team constantly being represented in the Eastern Conference over and over and over. I don't think people understand how that's not the normal thing to be. But Boston finally got over the hump. They were able to go through the growing pains, and they're finally now champions. And the player that I think a lot of people have questions is I think he can at least have the summer to kind of sit back and actually relax and really enjoy what he's really accomplished, because Jayson Tatum's resume is definitely something to marvel about. And this is a player that I was very, very hard on the last couple of seasons, speaking about how he was inconsistent, inefficient. I thought he wasn't one of the top players at the time. I thought he had a lot of work to do, but not just this series, but this entire playoff run is something he did that really kind of shocked me and kind of surprised me. So I gotta give him a lot of credit. But I want to let y'all know something. Jayson Tatum is now officially a superstar. He is now officially a superstar in the NBA. Yes, I say he's officially an NBA superstar. Why is that? Because he beats the criteria that I call what a superstar is. Now, other people, if you ask what a superstar is, they may give you a bunch of different definitions. They may say, well, it's a guy that, averages 30 points per game and, can put the ball in the basket, score and all this stuff. Somebody else may say, well, it's about him, win the championship. It's about him, just getting over the hump. Some may say, well, you got to, play well in the regular season. You got to play well in the playoffs. And then you got to, be that guy. But when you ask people what a superstar really is, they can't really give you a real explanation what it means. For me, it's been simple for the last 4 or 5 years at least, me grading these players. I don't just throw the word superstar around everybody. I think that's kind of something that's been thrown around like a frisbee. People want to just put superstar in front of numerous of people. You got people who want to have 10 superstars in the NBA because they want to basically try to crown everybody as such. My thing is that that's a very, very prestigious title that is not just given; it's given to the cream of the crop, to the elite, right? And then you look across the NBA. When you talk about the NBA superstar title, there's only a select few. And I'm gonna kind of go through what it means to me, what a superstar is. So as y'all come in here, smash that like button. Now, back to Tatum. Tatum is somebody who I feel he grown a lot this year, and I think he grew in the finals especially. He's 25, I think years. If I'm not mistaken, he's 25 years old. Um, there's a lot of people trying to break up this tandem between Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown because they felt like they were never getting over the hump. What people have to realize is that Tatum and Brown are not even in their prime. I put this out there in my last video. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are not even in their prime yet. But they've had so much success at an early age that people expect them to have, all this, that, and the other. In reality, they've been overachieving. And what I mean overachieving is mean that you don't see 25 and 26-year-olds usually accomplish this amount, what they've accomplished. Multiple finals appearances, multiple conference finals appearances, multiple All-NBA teams, defensive teams. They've done so much in such a little peak of time that people think that these are 10-year vets, 12-year vets, 15-year, when they're really in their. This is Jayson Tatum's 7th season, right? He is still learning the game, right? So what Boston just did and what they've built, this is why they've won more championships than anybody in NBA history, because they've built dynasties, they built powerhouses. They built pretty much dynasties with this team for the last what, since 1960s. You know what I'm saying? It was just basically the Celtics and the Lakers. The Celtics and the Lakers. Those are the two teams that you look at as dynasties and powerhouses. Well, now you look at the Boston Celtics at this point, they're back on top again with the championship. So now you have a tandem in Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who has not only the tandem with those two, but they also have a core group of guys who are winners, champions, and guys that fit around those two. Drew Holiday, great pickup this summer, right? You pick up Drew Holiday. I think was it the summer or was it the trade deadline? The trade deadline. I'm sorry. Um, they picked him up. Or they picked him up in the summertime. I'm tripping. They picked him up and they put around Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, right? Another stretch five, who was able to stretch the floor in the NBA Finals and throughout the regular season of the team. You got Derek White, who is a very, very integral utility piece that does a lot of the stuff that um, the little dirty things. He gets the offensive rebounds. He, what I'm saying, plays good defense. He's a solid catch and shoot 3-point guy. Just a good utility piece. Seems like a good locker room guy as well. You got Al Horford, another great locker room guy, a little bit older, but he's definitely still has a little bit left in the tank. And you got guys off the bench with Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser. The Celtics just pretty much have an overall solid team, right? So when you put all those factors in, you surround that with Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and an up and coming coach in Joe Mazzulla, who's actually shown he can do some coaching. He actually has a resume of playing basketball in college as well, West Virginia Division I school. So you got guys on that organization and that team that just know basketball, know how to win. So they're in a good position right now. But with Tatum, I was hard on him based off of, I felt like there was holes in his game. I felt like he was, not showing up at the big moments enough. But as I looked at more into his age and how he achieved so early, I started giving him more leniency. Because again, he's only 25, right? You look around the league at 25-year-olds. I mean, the only player you can really compare to him is Luka Doncic, and he don't even have a championship. He got a lot of All-NBA teams and scoring and all that stuff, but he has no championships. And he's not a great defender. He's he's underrated, or he's very below average. I'm sorry. So this guy Tatum has a bright, bright future to look forward to. Now, why do I call him a superstar? What makes a superstar to me? Well, a superstar is a number of things, really only 4 things. And so the first thing is you have to be box office, right? What does box office mean? People have to come to see you. People have to put their asses in the seats to come watch you play. Do you do that? Do you bring that to not just your team but the NBA? Do fans pay to watch you play? Now, of course, when you talk about NBA players, of course they watch us play, but there's some people that just want to watch certain guys play day in and day out, right? Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard. I'm saying these type of Curry, do they pay you to watch you play? Right? Do you sell out arenas? Are you box office? Because at the end of the day, it is a business at the end of the day. So you do have to be able to sell tickets, and lots of them. I'll give y'all a quick little story. So when I was working with the Clippers this year, when we played Boston, that December 24th game when we got blown out at home, the Celtics, that was the biggest game I feel like of the year, as far as the attendance. People make jokes saying the Clippers don't really have a home crowd. That's primarily true with only a few teams. That's Boston, Golden State, and the Lakers. Those are the three presumably teams that you don't really have home court advantage on. But I would say this honestly, Boston, when they came to our home arena, that was the loudest crowd. And when they talked to Jayson Tatum, they were, they filled that arena to watch him play. He was the best player on the team. He got, loud ovation, right? He's very, very, popular around the Boston Celtics organization, not just Boston Celtics, but the NBA. You got to remember, Jayson Tatum was also a player that's trying to make us the face of the NBA. Right now, the NBA is trying to make a face in the league. They're trying to see who's going to replace LeBron James, Steph Curry, those guys who've been kind of the face of the last few years. You know what I'm saying? You have Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, behind them as players, but they're not the faces. And then you got James Harden, who was a part of that group, Russell Westbrook. Those guys from like the early 2010s to like the mid to late 2010s, they're trying to find somebody to replace those guys. They wanted to put Giannis up there, Jokic, Embiid, but Jayson Tatum's in that mix as well, and he's younger than all of them. So not only is he box office, but he also is a person as a face of the league. He has a chance to be the face of the league. So he checks that box off, right? So you want to have somebody that can actually put asses in the seat. So what else do you call a superstar if you're in the NBA? You gotta have multiple playoff runs, deep playoff runs. When I'm talking about playoff, I'm talking about basically a guy that can actually lead his team to be able to be not just be in the playoffs, but actually compete. Well, as I stated earlier in this video, the Celtics have been one of those teams out the East that's been basically a given to come out, either to come out the East representing the East or at least be in contention in the conference finals. All the way back since 2017, 2018, Jayson Tatum has been in the conference finals at least 5 times, right? You talk about 2017, 2018, he made it to the conference finals. The next year, he didn't make it. 2019, 2020, made it in the bubble. 2020, 2021, they got eliminated against the Brooklyn Nets because they didn't have Jaylen Brown, his running mate. As I've told y'all before, when you don't have your running mate, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to probably even make out the second round, right? You tell me the player that's able to win a round, let alone an NBA championship without their best player. Just doesn't happen. That's what happened in 2021. The Celtics got gentlemen swept against the Brooklyn Nets, against KD, Harden, and Kyrie Irving in the first round. So that's another, year that they didn't make. But after that, and the next 4 years, including this year, they made it every single year. They made it in the bubble. They made it in 2022. They lost to Miami Heat in the conference finals. They made it last year. They lost to the conference finals to the Miami Heat. Well, I'm sorry. In 2022, they made it to the finals. Last year, they lost to the Miami Heat in the finals. And then 2020, 24, this year, they made the championship. So that's 5 out of 7 seasons where they at least go into the conference finals. And in 2 of those years, they're going to the NBA finals. And the person on the screen is responsible for that because he is the best player on that team. Now, it's become now a question, is he better than Jaylen Brown or Jaylen Brown is better than him? I've come to the realization that basically they're just two they're two branches on the same tree. One guy in Jaylen Brown's going to bring what you call two-way play, what you call right. Jaylen Brown's going to bring two-way play at the elite level. Now, of course, Jayson Tatum's a very, very great two-way player as well, but I think Jaylen Brown's a better defender than Jayson Tatum. But I think Jayson Tatum's a better offensive player. Right? They complement each other because they're both different, but they're similar. They're both 6 foot, 6'7", 6'8" wings, right? And they're both, forwards, or athletic. It's just that one person does something different from the other, right? So you look at that, and Jaylen Brown just think compliments Jayson Tatum. I think I've basically given up on the whole who's better, that they both need each other, and they both just do different things well, right? So, but Tatum has been basically the guy since the start who's been more of the consistent player. He's the one that dunked on LeBron James in his rookie year. He's the one that was, like I said, being pushed as the face of the league. He's been the one that's had the multiple, great playoff performances I'm about to name in here in a minute, right? The high scoring games that he's had over the last couple of years. It's been basically Jayson Tatum, right? He's been pulling his weight. He's been leading the team. And like I said, this is when he was 22, 23 doing this. Now he's 25. So it's okay for him to have a few hiccups and have a few games where he's not, quote unquote, so efficient. He's just absolutely, hands off just great because he's still learning. And he's pretty much playing against everybody in his path. He's beaten the Sixers, last year when he had 50-point game in the closeout game against the Sixers, right? In 2022, they beat Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I think Jayson Tatum had like a 40-point per game performance to keep them from going down 3-2, right? Or keep them from getting eliminated. If I'm not mistaken, that Game 6 against Giannis in 2022. I already mentioned in 2018 where he dunked on LeBron James. That whole playoff series, they took the Cavs to 7 games without Kyrie Irving, right? So he was pulling his weight as a rookie. He also, if I'm not mistaken, last year, even though they did get bounced by Miami, he did also, they were able to almost come back from that 3-0 lead, and Jayson Tatum goes down with the injury, right? So it's a lot of memorable moments that Jayson Tatum has had against all elite teams, even the Brooklyn series in 2022. They sweep Brooklyn once Jaylen Brown gets back healthy. They sweep him, right? They swept Brooklyn. They swept Kevin Durant. They swept Kyrie Irving. They swept that team. So he's pretty much done beating everybody that's been in his way in the Eastern Conference. All the top teams. He's pretty much done it. So that goes into him being a superstar. So you got the box office and the multiple playoff runs, and the last two you're gonna have to kind of go to. You're gonna have a season or finals MVP. Now, before I continue to go with that, so like I said, man, the only thing I want to say about this one is that I understand Jayson Tatum has not quote unquote won a season or finals MVP, but what he did win in 2022 was a conference finals MVP. So now that they've added this Eastern Conference MVP to the mix, um, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that I think that was the first year. Yeah, I think that was the first year they actually announced that award. If I'm not mistaken, in 2022, I think that's the first year they actually announced that award. So now that you've entered at that, and that counts with the season or finals MVP, basically just showing that there is a certain part of the season or the year where you were the most valuable player. That's basically what this means when you have to have the season or finals MVP. And Jayson Tatum has that now. He has that on his resume, right? He has that. So that checks off that third box. And the last box I'm going to talk about is you have to have a championship or a finals appearance. And as y'all can see right here on the screen, he has a championship or finals MVP, finals appearance. And this is what I was waiting and hope. This is what I was waiting and holding off on when it came to, crowning Jayson Tatum as an actual superstar. Now, when you talk about all that criteria, I know people look at that, man, like, damn, that BJ, that's actually, That's actually really strict. And like I told y'all before I started, I said, this is something for only elite company. This ain't for guys who have like a one playoff run or one conference finals appearance or hell, even one finals appearance. There's other things that you have to check out. You have to year in and year out be consistently great, because when you start crowding people after 1 year, you have to constantly move your list around. You got to constantly, rearrange shit and change it up and all that, instead of just having a set criteria where it's strict, where you can't really pull anybody out of the superstar category. I have 5 superstars in the NBA. Now Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kawhi Leonard, uh, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and Jayson Tatum. Now, I know people are gonna say, "Well, why do you have LeBron James and Kevin Durant if they're not top 5 players?" Notice how I said superstars, and also Steph Curry as well as a superstar as well. The superstar is based off of what the criteria that I put out there. That's based off my criteria. Are you box office? Have you had multiple playoff runs? Have you won a season or a finals MVP? And have you won a championship or a finals appearance? And all those 6 of those guys have done that. All 6 of those guys check out those 4 boxes. There's something called, I don't want to say um, holding your spot, but guys like LeBron James are solidified. Kevin Durant solidified. Kawhi Leonard solidified. They're not the best players now, but because of their resume, their track record, and they're still very, very good to great players. They're still all NBA team caliber players. They're not like they've fallen off the face. So they're all 3 of those guys, Kawhi, KD, LeBron, are all, all NBA team players. They all made it this year. Steph didn't make it, if I'm not mistaken. So they're still, eligible to be a superstar, at least on my list. Now, that might be different from everybody else, but on my list, they're eligible to be that. And you got to add Jayson Tatum to that same list. You talk about a guy, not only he's checked off every box, his resume speaks for itself. Now, if you didn't put a name on this, you would think that this was like a historic, resume, right? Jayson Tatum, 7 NBA seasons, every single year he made it to the postseason, made it to the playoffs every single year. And not just made it, I think 6 out of the 7 years he actually was at least a 4th seed. He has a championship. He's a 5-time All-Star with an All-Star MVP as well. And then you fast forward, he also not only just had all that, he has he has a Hall of Fame resume as it is right now. He can retire right now, and Jayson Tatum will be a Hall of Famer in 7 years. In 7 seasons, if he retired right now, Jayson Tatum would already be a Hall of Famer. He could have been a Hall of Famer last year, even without the championship, because he has all the accolades. He has the All-Star Game MVP. He's been to the All-Star Game 5 times. He's a 3-time All-NBA first team, All-NBA third team once, All-NBA rookie team his rookie year. So you can already retire if you Jayson Tatum at 25, and you're already a Hall of Famer. You're already a Hall of Famer at 25 years old. And that's why I said to myself, that kind of made me back off a little bit off of the expectations, because I'm like, this guy's been a winner since really he came onto the team. He came onto the Boston Celtics. So this is gonna be something that this is gonna be something that's very, very like I said, this is gonna be something that's gonna be very, very interesting to see with him, as the years go by. So you look at his numbers and his statistics. This is what Jayson Tatum has done even in his 7-year span. You know what I'm saying? His first year, of course, he wasn't a high scorer. Second year wasn't much of a high scorer, but his third and from here on out, he was pretty much the scorer on the team, the best scorer on the team. Right? You know what I'm saying? 13 points, 15, 23, 26, 26, 30, 26. He has a career average of 23 points per game. right? Rebounds, solid 7.2 rebounds per game. 3.5 assists per game, 0.7 blocks, 1.1 steals. So he definitely plays both ways of the ball. You know what I mean? So when you really sit back and look at Jayson Tatum's and evaluate his entire career, and you actually take out the biases, oh, I think that he doesn't have this, he doesn't have that, and say to yourself, okay, man, this guy's 25 years old. I mean, think about the NBA. Who at 25 years old had it all together? It's only a select few. So you have to, we have to put Jayson Tatum in that company. He is now officially a superstar in the NBA. But this is a little bit of a shorter video. I thank y'all for coming on, man. I will be continuing to see more of the Dallas Hell Week tomorrow. So you guys enjoy this video. Until next time, pull up, pull up, check, pull out. Peace. Out there like swimwear.
I'm feeling good, feeling alright tonight. I'm feeling good now. Yeah, it's all good in the neighborhood, homie. Yeah, little ride. I feel good, I feel alright. Cruising through my neighborhood on a warm summer night. I feel good. That's right, I feel good now. It's summer night. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Them summer nights, keep the top on drop. All the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. I just kicked it at home. I polished up the chrome, called the Ruka on the phone, let her know I'm home alone. It's 7:30 and the sun's going down. It's a summer night and the fun's going down. I pick her up and she looks all dolled up, sitting passenger in my rag and Paula. Yeah, I let her know that she looks beautiful to me. The world's an ugly place, but she is such a sight to see. The kind of woman that would put up a fight for me. The kind that wants to spend the summer nights with me. The temp was 80 and I'm cruising with my lady, playing some Rafi Bagan. Ooh, baby, baby. I see my homeboys and the cruising in the ride with their ladies sitting by their side. People think we look crazy, but I think we look classy. But then again, that's only if you ask me. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop. All the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. My homeboys throwing the backyard boogie, so everybody gets together to unwind, relax, and have a fun time. The DJ spinning, so I grab the mic and be like, ain't nothing like them summer nights. The party's packed with beautiful women and a gang of the homies that wanna get with them. And they'll say anything just to hit them. And it's usually a nice summer night when they did them. I don't know, it must be something in the air. Can't help but have a good time because the feeling is there. To some people, the feeling is rare. They're at the past saying, God damn, I wish I was there. To have a drink, have a token, hook up with someone fine, but the kind that looks up. Gotta keep some pisto in the cup. Party until the sun comes up, but we give up. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop. All the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Them summer nights can keep a smile on your face. Gotta try to have a good time with your life, otherwise it's just a waste. Either way, I'm gonna party just in case. Like Prince party like it was 99 and 87, 88. I couldn't ask for no better weather. I'm right next to the Pacific, to be specific. The candy paint job glows under the moonlight as I close out my summer night and say goodnight. It's time to put the top up and park it, drop it, unplug the ground, roll up the windows and lock it. Walk in the pad and fall into bed as she lays on my chest to rest her sleepy head. And we do this all night long, from dusk till dawn. But it's not quite the same when summer nights are gone. But even when they're gone, it won't be long. 8 more months and once again it's on. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the the top on drop. All the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't